Hey guys, welcome to another BJJ analysis. Today we're going to look at some dominating top control and transitions. We're going to have Buchecha on top in his semifinal match against Cyborg from ADCC. This is at 99 kilos. We'll take a look at it at live speed first. Here we have Buchecha finishing a single leg, and then he ends up in this knee smash position on top. He'll get some control, and then you'll see him hop behind Cyborg. Cyborg's going to try to turn in, and Buchecha's going to capitalize and then end up on his back. So let's rewind a little bit and slow it down. So this is where he finishes the single leg, and then this is the first position we end up in. So right now Buchecha's on top of Cyborg, and he's to the outside of Cyborg's top leg right here. Okay, so both of Cyborg's knees are pointed this way. He's down on his left hip. And as of right now, Cyborg's posted on his elbow. So when he's posted on this elbow, he has more mobility than Buchecha would want him to have, as opposed to if he was down on his shoulder. So he could potentially start to try to scoot back. And you'll see the way that Buchecha addresses this is with his underhook arm right here on the waist. Okay, so as we go a little bit deeper, Buchecha gets his hand in right there. He's going to hold this forearm, and then he's going to drive until Cyborg drops down to his shoulder. Boom, right there. Okay, so he's just improved his position like ever so slightly. The other thing you should notice about this from Buchecha's point of view is look at where his head is. See how it's kind of at the level of Cyborg's chest? This is really important because if Buchecha's head was lower, maybe like abdomen, or maybe if Buchecha was trying to use his chest to pin Cyborg's legs, Cyborg uses his top arm to straight arm against Buchecha's head. And once some guy has a straight arm on you, it's very difficult to keep passing. So Buchecha has his head in tight. From here, you'll see Cyborg's kind of trying to move away. One of the things Cyborg could be trying to do is he may be trying to invert. Okay, but Buchecha keeps pretty heavy over top of his hips. And now Buchecha transitions his arm into a crossface. Once he has this crossface and the hips heavy, like the inversion route of escaping is pretty much done. So Cyborg now is in even more trouble. Buchecha even ends up grabbing his hands together. And now from here, in order to advance his position, what Buchecha needs is he needs to get his right leg behind Cyborg. So right now, the majority of Buchecha's body is already past Cyborg's guard. So this leg's already past the guard since it's to the outside. His upper body's already pinning from top. So the only thing that's still left in his guard is that right leg. And we'll take like the motion that he uses to get it out. So it's that move right there. So one more time. He's going to move right at his hip, moving his whole leg out as a unit, and then getting it in behind Cyborg's legs. There it is. Okay. So at this point, we're essentially in side control. Cyborg doesn't stay on his side. Once the pressure's off this side of his hip, Cyborg immediately starts to turn into Buchecha. It's right there. Cyborg immediately starts to turn in. And now this is where Buchecha does something very, very nice. Just as Cyborg's turning in, take a look at what happens at the elbow right here. Boom. Buchecha lifts it with his hand. Okay, so by holding this elbow up off the ground, Cyborg can't turn fully onto his side and keep on escaping. What this is going to do, now Cyborg is going to try even harder to get on his side. Right there. And then Buchecha hops over. So we'll take a look at it one more time. This is the first attempt. Okay, notice on his first attempt, this left leg of his is still pretty vertical. So Buchecha can't hop over right now. If he does, he could get caught up in some kind of half guard. But what Cyborg's going to do is he's going to bring this right arm kind of over his head a little bit, over to here. And you'll see his left arm come across to control this arm of Buchecha's as he does a really, really big shrimp. Right there. Okay, so now his elbow is clear. He can turn in fully. But what happens now is that he turns in so much that once again he's presenting kind of the side of his top leg. And Buchecha's like perfectly ready for this. And then he steps right over. So if Buchecha were just to land on top of Cyborg right here, he'd be back in the same position that we started off with. But he's going to go even further, all the way to the back. Gets that first hook in, and then drops in to get that second one. So let's take a look at the full thing from the top again. Here's that finish on the single leg. He'll go after this elbow here. Boom, he's over top of the hips, head is in tight, and he's going to transition to a crossface. He's going to lock his hands. Next thing, he's going to free that right leg of his. There it is, kicks it over. Cyborg tries to turn in, he lifts up that elbow. Cyborg really tries to turn in, he steps over. This arm's coming around for the harness. First hook in, second hook in. So if you guys like that video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to my channel for more videos.